Hey, welcome back to Single Car Garage. What's going on? What are we working on? Working on my 66 Impala. Man, this has been a 3 or 4 year ordeal. In 2010, I restored this car mechanically and I painted it. Put new interior in it. I new front end, new suspension, sway bars, everything. And drove it to, Power Tour 2010. I drive it everywhere. I think I've put somewhere around, since 2010, I've put somewhere around 48,000 miles on it, if I'm not mistaken. Great car. About 3 years ago, we were at the Petty Moonshine Run in North Carolina, over there towards where Richard, actually we visited his house and everything. And went to the museum, and they had a moonshine run that we've been going to. Well, this car's got a 350 in it out of a 68 RS SS Camaro. It's supposed to be a 300 horsepower, 295, somewhere around there back then. 7R4 transmission. And I had this built tough. But I had a very aggressive shift kit in it. I mean, very aggressive. You could barely give it gas and it would eke out second gear with no throttle. Full throttle, even with this 308 rear end, it'd leave about a 2-foot patch when it hit second gear. And I mean, it would jump the car. And which went great up to about 2018 or so. And I broke the planetary in it. We were down at the Moonshine Run. We coming out of a driveway or park it somewhere. I think we were at matter of fact, we were turning at a curve. And I got on it, man. And I mean, the guy behind me heard it pop. Pulled over. And luckily, the guy behind me was an old Petty employee. And he's like, "Hey, hold on a minute, man. You got a second?" He goes, "Let me go get my trailer." And went and got his trailer, picked up my car, took it to his shop, and put it in his shop. And he goes, "Come back down here and work on it if you want to. Come back down here and pick it up." I just got my truck and went back down and picked it up. Wished I'd have kind of worked on it there because he was a cool guy. Lawrence was his last name. Stacy, I think. I'd have to go back and look. He was Richard Petty's fuel man and fabricator prior to Richard retiring. It's been several years ago. He does custom exhaust in North Carolina now. And when I say custom, I mean high-end custom, $20,000, $30,000 stainless steel exhaust. Nice guy. Had a wonderful time with him. So, brought this thing back. Had my transmission rebuilt by a different guy. And got it back. It broke. I took it back to him because it was under warranty. He fixed it, come back, had a band problem in second gear band. He was able to fix that. I actually took the car to him that time. Normally I take transmissions out and take it down for him to work on it. So it just started raining. Hope that ain't bothering the audio, but it might be. And so I got all this fixed. Last year started having starter problems. I broke the nose off my starter that had been on there forever. Didn't think nothing about it. Went to O'Reilly's, got me a new starter, and this started a whole crap of stuff. So what did I end up doing? I couldn't find a starter to fit my flywheel. It had the small flywheel on it. And I finally gave up. So what I did was have my buddy Alan sell me a flex plate and starter that match. So that's what I've been doing. This starter problem started last June. We were going on a hot rod power tour and could not get this thing straightened out. And had never had a problem. And I tried every friggin' starter. But I think 11 different Chevrolet starters and could not find one that works. So I've got this. So, you know, I want to get it back on the road. This is my first car. And I need to get it all back on the road. So that's what I've been doing. What I had to do is take the transmission out, change my flex plate, and bolt it all back up. So that's where I'm at right now, just bolting this starter up. And working on these, you know, transmission lines, transmission fluid on the ground. It's wonderful. So we're putting the starter in, and it looks like the alignment looks pretty good, but I'll check it once we get it bolted in. I've got my transmission lines hooked back up. I still have my TV cable I need to hook up. And I got to fix all my starter wires. But I'm going to go to town here and get me a new, I noticed my power cable has a little bit of a burn in it. You probably can't see it. Pull it down here. It's got a little bit of a burn right here, and it's actually to the metal. So I'm going to replace that. There we go. Show you a little something I do. My transmission lines I have couplers on. That way if I got to remove a starter, transmission worker stuff, I don't have to take it off at the radiator or take it off here. I can actually take it off at the coupler, and that will makes it a lot easier, because as you can tell with the headers, my transmission lines, there's just no way to run them that's not in the way. So that's what I do to make it easy. And there's a better look at that burn. So there's my old 66. I got it in 1973. Belonged to my uncle. My dad got it for me when I was 13. And I've been driving it ever since. Love it. I mean, it's just part of me. And as I showed you all in other videos, my A-arms that I put on. Now, I still haven't received my new sway bar. So I have not put my sway bar on yet. So that's what we've got going on with the Impala. I've got to go to town and get me a new starter cable or battery cable and run it down there, hook up my 2 wires on my starter. I've got to hook up my TV cable, which I'll actually do a video on that. I know there's a million videos out there. I'll probably do one on it just so people can see what I do. And then I'll, you know, a little bit later on, I'll probably have another video. I'll give you an update on the Pontiac. I haven't made any videos on us working on it because it's my daughter's car and she's the one working on it, but I'll give you an update on it. And I'm doing brakes on the back of the 65 Impala. I also got the headers in for the 65 Impala finally. So had a lot of parts coming in last week, and I'm just working on them. And I'm still working on the interior of the truck a little bit off and on. So I'm going to finish this job up, get this car to where I can drive it and enjoy it again. And trust me when I say I'm going to drive the crap out of it. It's been 20 some years since I've worked on it. I am, drivetrain wise, I'm in pretty good shape. I noticed I've got a lot of scratches on this car in the last 20 years. And I'm going to start doing a little bit of metal work that it needs. Because when I did this car, I did not do metal work. And I want to do a little bit of that. It has minimal rust. I'm going to replace all the rust with metal and get that all cleaned up and probably just leave it primered and then probably come back not in 25, but probably in 26 and paint it because I want to do my GTO. That's kind of next on my list as far as painting. But hey, that's what I'm doing to my Impala. Come back and see me, and we'll talk some more.